Hi students, today we are going to discuss about the chapter friction. So myself Vivek Sujan teaching you science subject in Chandrakant Padit Central School Kalburgi. So friction, you might have seen a driver of a car or of a truck slowing down the vehicle at a traffic signal. You too slow down your bicycles whenever needed by applying brakes. So in our day-to-day life, so while going in the traffic signals, you can see the drivers of cars and this one lorries or buses, they are putting the brakes for slowing down the vehicles, or else you also put the brakes to your bicycles for making your bicycle slow. Have you ever thought why a vehicle slows down when brakes are applied? So have you ever thought why a bicycle or a car or a big vehicles, why it comes to be slow motion or in slow velocity, why the vehicles go slow whenever we apply the brakes? Not only vehicles, so any objects moving over the surface of another object slow down when no external force is applied on it. So you can see, if we put a ball, so after going some extent it will come to the at rest position, it will stop somewhere else. Why it will stops? If you leave paddling of bicycle, it will stop after some extent and it will go somewhat distance and it will comes to the rest position. Why it will become? It will comes to the zero speed. Have you ever thought of this one? So finally it stops. Have you not seen a moving ball on the ground stopping after a some time? Why do we slip when we step on a banana peel? So why is it difficult to walk on a smooth and wet floor? So this is due to the lack of friction. If we don't have any friction, then we are going to fall. Okay. If we don't have any friction, then our bikes will not stop, our bicycle will not stop, our cars will not stop. So when they will stop, mean due to the friction only they are going to get stopped. So you can see in our bicycles, they have two rubber slots. Whenever we apply the brakes, they will rub the rims. After rubbing to the rims, they will come to the rest position. The bicycle will come to the rest position. That rubbing is nothing but the rubbing between the brake pads and the rim is known as that. There we can see the frictional force. Force of friction they have given here for 8.1 we can see. You saw that if you apply the force along the left, friction acts along the right. Friction means it will acts opposite, or else we can say friction force as a opposite force also. If you apply the force along the right, the friction acts along the left. So friction always put the opposite force on any object. If we starts moving, so if we should not apply any energy, we will come to a rest position. Why? Because there is a friction in our shoes or legs to the earth surface. So that's why we will come to the at rest position. In both cases, the force opposes the motion of the any objects. The force of friction always opposes the applied force. In the above activity, you can see the force of friction acts between the surface of the book and the surface of the table. In this activity, you can see the force will act, the friction force act upon the surface of the book and the surface of the table. Okay. Is the friction the same for all the surfaces? Does it depend on the smoothness of the surfaces? Let us find out. The friction is not same all over the surfaces, but it is different in different types of surfaces also. So factors affecting friction. Which are the factors affect the friction? So they have given some somewhat factors which affects the friction. So they have given some activities, you can go through with your textbooks. So you can see here two students or two boys were playing with the shell. So they are leaving that shell from the slope down area to the normal area. So on the table, once they are leaving, on the cloth material they are leaving. So for on the table it is going, the shell is going more further due to the less friction on the this one cloth surface, due to the high friction, the shell will stop. So when compared to the first A and B, shell will stop before only, and in A the shell will go so little bit more distance, it will cover little bit more distance. Due to the less friction, the shell will move, the shell will cover the little bit large area. Due to the high friction in B conditions, the shell will stop before only. So this is how we can see in the experiment also. In which cases the distance covered the minimum? In B case, we can say that distance covered is minimum. Why is the distance covered by the pencil shell different every time? Try to reason why, discuss the result. So does the distance covered depend on the nature of the surface on which the shell moves? Yes, nature on the material on which the pencil shell is moving, that is also dependent. Nature of the surface of the object. Could the smoothness of the surface of the shell also affect the distance traveled by it? Yes, it also affects. Friction is caused by the irregularities on the two surfaces in contact. So how the friction will cause us means, friction is caused by the irregularities. Andre the surface is not regular, the surface is irregular. Friction is caused by the irregularities of the two surfaces in which they are comes to in contact. Even those surfaces which appear very smooth have a large number of minute irregularities on them. Even though which we are see very smooth, they also having large number of irregularities on their surfaces also. So irregularities on the two surfaces lock into one another. Irregularities between the two surfaces, they will come to at rest position due to the lock into one another. When we attempt to move any surface, we have to apply a force to overcome interlocking. So whenever we want to move any object, we have to put a force, so it should be overcome on the friction force, then only the object move from one place to another place. On rough surfaces, there are a larger number of irregularities, so the force of friction is greater if a rough surface is involved. If you are involved rough surface, then the friction force is very high. So that's what we have to apply the more force. You can see the irregularities. This is the irregularities we can see in the textbooks also. So surface table also, it is made by lot of irregularities. So we see that the friction is caused by the interlocking of irregularities in the two surfaces. It is obvious that the force of friction will increase if the two surfaces are pressed harder. If we press harder and harder on the irregularity surfaces, it will take the lot of energy to move the object. You can see in this picture also. So you can experience it by dragging a mat when nobody is sitting on it and when a person is sitting on it. So when a person is sitting on it, the person weight is applied on that mat, so that the mat will causes the lot of frictions, so that the mat will not come easily. Whenever there is no person sitting on the mat, if we pull or push that mat, that will easily move from one place to another place due to the absence of person which is sitting on that mat. Recall your experience when last time you moved a heavy box from one place to another. If you have no such experience, get that experience now. So what is easier, to move the box from rest or to move it when it is already in motion? So when it is already in motion, we can move it easily, but when the box is at rest position, the friction force is high. Why? Because in the moving object is already overcome through the friction force, so that we can pull that box very easily. So when the object is at rest, the object is under control of friction force, so that we have to apply the lot of force on that object to move from one place to another place. The force required to overcome friction at the instant an object starts moving from rest is measure of static force. On the other hand, the force required to keep the object moving with the same speed is a measure of sliding friction. So this type of friction is known as sliding friction, we can say. Or you can see the sliding friction in your home also. The sliding windows are there, so that also causes the sliding friction. So when the box starts sliding, the contact points on its surface do not get enough time to lock into the contact point on the floor. So the sliding friction is slightly smaller than the static friction, and you can find it somewhat easier to move the box already in the motion than to get it started. The sliding force is so little bit it will take less energy to move the object whenever the object is in motion. Okay, friction a necessary evil. Recall now some of your experience. Is it easier to hold a kulhar eastern pot or a glass tumbler? So glass tumbler, if we want to so hold a glass tumbler, it is not easy. Why? Because its surface is smooth. Due to the smooth surface, we can't handle it clearly. Okay, suppose the outer surface of the tumbler is so greasy or has a thin layer of cooking oil on it, it would become easier to more difficult to hold it. If that glass tumbler is covered with the oily surface, then it is very difficult to handle it. Would it become easier to more difficult to hold it? Just think, would it be possible to hold the glass at all if there is no friction? If there is no friction, we can't handle or hold that glass tumbler. If there is no friction, we can't hold the glass tumblers also. Recall also how difficult it is to move on a wet muddy track or wet marble floor. So can you imagine being able to walk at all if there were no friction? If there is no friction, we can't walk. So that should be keep in mind. You could not write with pen or pencil if there is no friction. So when your teacher is writing with chalk on the blackboard, its rough surface rubs off the some chalk particles which stick to blackboard. So could it happen if there were no friction between the chalk and the board? If there is no friction between the chalk and board, we can't write on the blackboard also. Okay, this is the utilization. This is the main basic requirement. We want the friction for in our day-to-day life. If an object started moving, it would never stop if there were no friction. If there is no friction, if any object starts moving, then it will not come to a rest only. It will start going, it keeps going due to the if there is no friction, it will not stop. It will not come to stop. Had there been no friction between the tires of the automobiles and the road, there could be started or stopped or turned to change its direction of motion. You could not fix a nail on the wall also. So there is a lot of problems will come over if there is no friction. Okay, so without friction, no building could be constructed. On the other hand, friction is an evil too. It wears out the materials, whether they are screws, ball bearings or soles. So friction is a very important thing also, and it will cause us the wear and tear also. For example, soles of your shoes, they are getting rubbed due to the friction only. So screws also get loose due to the friction only. So you must have seen worn out steps of foot over bridges at railway station. So at railway station, due to the friction, so ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತವೆ steps ಎಲ್ಲ down ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ. Friction can also produce heat. Vigorously rub your palms together for a few minutes. How do you feel? So if we rub the palms, our hand palms, so it will get heated. When you strike a matchstick against the rough surface, it catches fire. Matchstick, whenever we rub against the rough surface, it will catch fire. You might have observed that the jar of a mixture becomes hot when it is run for a few minutes. You can cite various other examples in which friction produces heat. So in fact, when a machine is operated, heat generated causes much wastage of energy. We shall discuss the way of minimizing friction in the following session. So this increasing and reducing friction we will discuss in the upcoming session. If you have any doubts, so please comment in the comment box. We will give the solution for your doubts also. So take care, have a nice day. Bye guys.